Hey, Peacekeepers. I have a new episode of New Comics Wednesday, and we're talking about something that is near and dear to my heart. I'm a huge fan of comic books and Mystery Science Theater, so do what I do. Put them together. That's what Dark Horse Comics did, and this is a long time coming because I remember sometime in the late 90s, during the Sci-Fi Channel years, Mystery Science Theater almost got a comic book through Topps Comics. And from the way it was pitched early on was Topps at the time had the rights to the old Valiant or Acclaim or whatever they were called at the time, comics from the 60s of like the original Magnus Robot Fighter and I think a couple other things like that. And they were going to have Mike and the Bots make fun of those comics. I don't know how they were going to do it, frankly. I don't know if they were just going to put their silhouettes in the panels of the comics, but that comic fell through. And to be honest, I'm not sure how they would have done it, because you would have had the panels of the characters talking, and then like balloons within those panels of the Mike and the Bots like making the jokes. So that would have been, I fear that would have been really cluttered looking. So flash forward to today, and the new Mystery Science Theater 3000, the comic, is based, of course, on the Season 11 series through Netflix, which, by the way, I totally recommend. You should go see it. Let's see. It's developed by Joel and Harold Buchholz, who's worked with them before. Let's see. This has been written by Buchholz, Joe Hodgson, Matt McGinnis, Seth Robinson, Cheryl Vope, and Mary Robinson. Whew. Todd Nuck is doing the art, with Mike Manley doing the in-comics art. And it's pretty fun. By the way, first thing about Todd Nuck is an awesome artist. He's done work for DC and Marvel, and he's kind of like, I kind of like put his style, if you've never really looked at his stuff, he's kind of in between like Amanda Connor and Mark Bagley as far as that kind of style is concerned. It's really like attractive looking art. And fun fact, he is a huge fan of Mst3k. He and Peter David used to do Young Justice together, and he would sneak in Mst3k references all the time. Like there'd be a box of Torgo's Pizza, there'd be dolls of certain characters from Mst3k. So yeah, he's kind of a fan. This is probably, I'm really happy for him because this is a dream come true. He does the kind of like framing sequences, and then essentially it goes to Kinga Forrester has figured out a way to riff on comics with this new technology she's developed, that you get into this tube and it doesn't literally suck you into the comic, but it like does this kind of virtual reality thing. You're sort of in the comic and it prints out what happens. It's actually kind of a neat idea and a neat way to riff on comics. And so of course she uses it on Jonah and the Bots, including like the new bots that are in here. One of the things I like about Kinga is people tend to complain when things come back and reboot, like they're doing it all for the money and nostalgia and cashing in. And that's part of the joke, which I think is really clever in the way it's been handled, is that's part of her evil plan, is to make money off nostalgia. I love it, and that continues in this with Tom Servo, teen reporter, and let's see, this art is, I think, originally made for this, or now it says in comics art, so
I'm pretty sure they took an old comic book,
yeah,
and they added the characters to it, and
that's what I'm thinking. That's
they
what my
kept
original
some
thought.
of the old dialogue. Anything that has a little dot on it,
yeah,
is
new dialogue. Yeah.
Anything that doesn't was original dialogue from the book.
God, I love that. Yeah, that's what I was beginning, because I noticed like the dots on certain dialogue that seemed more jokey and more modern than the older ones. So yeah, there's a teen reporter comic that they jump into where they put Servo's head over the character's face, which is pretty frickin' funny. And they occasionally riff on things. Some jokes are okay, some made me laugh out loud, where the bots just show up randomly and make jokes about the art here. And it continues on. So yeah, I'm gonna be picking this up. This is great. Actually, to be honest, if this was terrible, I'd probably keep buying it because I'm a dork. Oh yeah, I really enjoyed this. I'm gonna give it. A cautious 4 RAM chips out of 5. Hey, maybe we'll get 5 next time. Yeah, they probably will. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Definitely a must if you're a Mst3k fan. If you're a casual fan or never heard of it, I think you could probably check it out, and I think you might enjoy the concept here. For those of you who like fourth wall breaking in comics, like Deadpool and the old John Byrne She-Hulk stuff, this would definitely be that type of humor for you. Except this time around it actually has a in-universe explanation as why they can break the fourth wall and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this would hold up for non-diehard fans too. So I would definitely give this a look. What did you pick up this week? Let me know in the comments below. Did you read this? What do you think? So we'll talk about it. I also have a whole bunch of places you can hit me on. I'm at The Real Manos on Twitter. There's Facebook for at The Real Manos. And you can support this channel through Patreon. Just check it out, patreon.com/justincristelli.com. And that's pretty much it. So push the button, Lindsay.